Hi guys, Cliff here again. um, I'm just going to quickly build another model while the paint dries on the Mercury. Well, it's not really paint, it's tissue. Anyway, it's drying. So while that's drying, I'm just going to build one of these little mods. It's called a little twister, and it's a 1964 design, and it's basically a free flight helicopter. And let me show you the plan. There we go, you can see that. Designed by a chap called R. Rudd Dudley, sorry. Hang on, there's a lump under here. The scalpel. A lump. Okay, so it's designed by a chap called R. Dudley in 1964. And I've been onto AutoZone and printed up the plan. And I'll link to AutoZone in the comments when it's done. But it's basically, look, there's a little picture. Oh, there isn't a little picture. I had a little picture. I'll hold this small one up. So it's like all it is a 3 rotor blades on a pylon made of sticks, and it's covered in tissue. The tail rotor is just a disc of fin card or something, and obviously as it unwinds, the helicopter is going to rotate as well, the body, but that's all part of the fun. So this is a real quick build and I'm going to crack on with it. It's basically made out of 3/32 square, medium or hard for the pylon mount. The rubber motor goes down through the mount there, so it's a reasonable length. I think it had what was the 19 inches or something, the rotor diameter. I've seen it somewhere. Oh well, whatever it is, it's quite big. Probably, I'll tell you what, let's measure it to do it properly. It's that's 8 plus a little bit for the wire, so 9, 18, yeah, 18, 19 inches. So that's quite big, and they reckon you can control it quite well, get the balance of the motor right. And in fact, look, covered with tissue. Do not dope tissue or wood. I mean, this is a really lightweight machine, and I'll try and keep it as light as I can. So we start by making this little 3/32 outline. So I'm going to go and cut some bits of wood. I'm going to pin prick it through, cut some bits of wood, and I'll come back to you when I've got something to show you. It's just going to be fun. This nice thing, it's like when you put down a new carpet in your front room and then you wonder where your hammer is, you know. Or even your mate. Come on, Cliff, don't be silly. It's good to be silly. Oh yes. So let's get on with it. Also on AutoZone, they've got a couple of little write-ups, how to build it basically. Just occurred to me, chaps, this piece of scrap 3/32 sheet is all that I need to build this helicopter. I could strip it up for the pylons, but I happen to have found a length of 3/32, a little bit harder than this, which is preferable for the pylon. So but basically you could make it just from that if you wanted, which is amazing. I'll cut 2 pieces out. This bottom piece, that boom, will go on there. But isn't it amazing that you can build such a 3D flying machine from such a small piece of wood? Just thought I'd stop and tell you that. Anyway, that's those 2 bits. Now I've got this lovely shape here to cut out. Sometimes I'll photocopy this and just stick the shape down onto the balsa, and other times I pin it out, stick it down with glue stick, and then cut through the shape straight through the paper as I pin it out. Just pin it just enough to impregnate, is that the word, the balsa wood. Don't go all the way into it, there's no point, because you only end up with little pin sort of marks if you do. I've gone too far there. Look. Okay, that's the bottom piece, which will want a little bit of tickling, tickle. Pastes have different size pins, you know. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? But you'd be surprised. I've got 3 different diameters and sizes. Some pins are just too small or too big for a particular job. Right, put the pin in there diagonally. A blob of CA like that. And I'm just going to run that in there like that and then put it on. That sort of open grain there, so I want it to be quite well soaked. This bit, oh, that's interesting, that's quite curved. I'm gonna have to go and steam that. Oh, we love steaming, don't we? To say that. Goes on there, then that one there. Okay, so I've just stuck these on. I didn't film it because I was on the phone. Right, I'm going to go and bend this bit and then we'll come back to you. Just put a nice bend in that. See if I can get it to go round. Okay, so I've just bent this around the steam, very gently easing it around. You can use all sorts of methods, but it's quick enough. I just soak the wood a little bit for a few seconds in water to soften it up, and then just rotate it in the steam like that, gently bending as you go. Right, we'll just let that set off a little bit and come back to it in a moment. Let's take it off. Hopefully this won't spring apart. A lot of hoping going on there, Cliff. Quite delicate structure at the moment. It's made the wood all sort of squashy. Okay. So there's the basic shape. Right, now remove from board and add 2 on the other side, which are these bits here. So I'm just going to, that's quite flexible, look at that. I'm going to cut these to the same length and stick those on. All right, little twister. Right, so now I'm going to cut out these pieces, the top block, the side frames, and then I'll come back to you. Just cutting out the last piece now, guys. Oops, there we go. That one's in, and okay, so then I get these bits which go from there to there. Oh, no, perfect fit. Goes in there, that goes in there. It's all trimmed flush at the bottom. I've got to put a gusset in here to take the dowel for the band. So the very next stage is to bind the, I've got the gussets in, bind the 4/6, beg your pardon, pylon balsa woods to the top block. So I just got to run some cotton really around there, just shaping them up a little bit to blend in. Right, 2 skids, and they go more at the back than the front. I've just bound up the undercarriage legs and they've gone on all right. Just a little tweak just to bend them parallel, so that's that done. So the cup washer to top of brass tube cement to hub block, that's to take the wire. Use the pop rivet, and just by pulling off the rivety part, you're left with what I've just described, a tube with a washer on the end. So there's a perfect bearing. Look at that, beautiful, beautiful, what a great idea. So there's the bearing assembly in place. The rotors are made out of 1/16 soft, which seems a bit vulnerable, doesn't it? It's not very clean. The solder is sort of sticking in places, but not in others. Leave it like that for a minute. It has soldered towards the tip. Test it mechanically, but I've cut the blades out. 1/16 balsa. I'm going to put that there like that, and that has to go on just inside there, really, like that. I'm wondering if I ought to press it into the balsa a little bit. Can't hurt, can it? I hope to hold it together a little bit. I do that and give it a bit of a sort of a hammer. Gives it a bit of a sort of shape in there, holds it in a little bit perhaps. And I'll put something over there, something like, well, they suggest silk or tissue. I happen to have a piece of tissue here, it's red, so I'll go and find something a little bit better than that. This is a little bit different for me, guys. Well, actually it's not, is it? Because I've built the autogyros. I do have an interest in rotary winged craft. Right, we'll let that set. There's our rotor blades. Pretty good. Now I've got to find some tissue to get them fixed on, and then I can alter the angles. Some lovely bright yellow. Enough for the fuselage and for the patches, so they suggest just a sort of postage stamp size over the top. Right, we'll set that to one side. It's good, isn't it? And up there. And I've now got to think about tissue in the fuselage, but not the glazing bit. That's separate. So they reckon basically the bottom half of the fuselage and the bottom half of this piece here. I was just wondering there also, just to give the whole airframe a light fizz of colour. As regards colour, maybe yellow, maybe black. See what I've got. Okay, so I've sprayed it silver. I think that looks pretty cool. It's made of metal, isn't it? Helicopters are made of metal. So, no preparation on the balsa whatsoever, just sprayed it silver. And I also, while I was at it, as you can see, sprayed the tail rotor as well. Actually, come to think of it, don't they have like yellow tips, don't they? I might put yellow tips on it. Of course the inside is Bolswood colour, but never mind, can't do both sides. This should be at 90 degrees apparently to the bodywork, so about there. But I'm not going to put that on yet. Let's try that then. Like that. Okay. Looks a nice colour combination, silver I think, and yellow. Pulls in a little bit there, but can't be helped. That was the shape of the former. The former should actually have come out to the end of there. I think that's pretty good looking, chaps. I'll let that set off and then I'll trim it off along the bottom edges here and around the front, and then I'll do the other side. Can't do the other side now, it's just too wet to play with. Yeah, very nice, very nice. Okay guys, next day, and I fizzed over the rotor blades with silver. No preparation, just a light fizz over, and I finished off the tissue in last night. I just damped it off to help it stretch out a bit before I give out a light fizz over as well. But I thought, yep, yellow wing tips or rotor tips are the order of the day. So again, with zero preparation, I'm going to drop some yellow paint on. And to keep weight down, I'm only going to put them on the upper surface. So a hint of paint, that's it, done. Nothing too technical there, just a hint of yellow. There we go. And also I thought I would put some on the tail rotor as well. So I'll put a little bit of masking tape there. Maybe that brush is overkill. Let's see if I just daub a little bit on. Just a hint really. I can scrape it off the plastic if I... There we go, just a hint. What I plan to do is just give the tissue a very light coat of clear lacquer. Right, I'm going to let that set a little bit and then get some cotton, bind it all up and put more CA on. Hopefully that'll do the job. Avoid it going down the shaft, of course, which was the one I was gluing, that one there. You've got to believe this is going to fly, because you wouldn't do all this otherwise. But I haven't looked actually, in fairness, to see if there are any videos on YouTube with this thing. There might be some on there already, and could have got some building tips. Okay guys, I put in a rubber motor. I put in 3 loops of 1/8 rubber. It's quite chunky. I'll just give you a quick demo on winding it. So far I've wound it, let's go up a bit. Hi guys, I've wound it 70 turns. 3, 4. I won't wind it any more than that for the moment, but here we go. Watch this, look. seems to be wanting to lift, so, but I won't be flying it anywhere soon because we got thunder and lightning this afternoon, and the winds are still up in the sort of 30-mile-an-hour range, so we're not going anywhere. So what a great little build that was, though. So that's a 1964 model aircraft magazine designed by R. Dudley, called The Little Twister, downloaded from the Outer Zone website. Forgot what it was called then. And yeah, nice little build, good fun. So we'll see how it goes. So thanks very much just for watching. I'll get back onto the big one now. And thank you very much to my subscribers, and a special thank you very much to my channel members for your support. Brilliant. So let's get on with the next video. Cheers guys, see you later, bye. Look forward to the maiden of this one as well. There are, it's a pretty little helicopter. Cheers.